Hello everybody, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market and Elliott Wave Gold with an update on some cryptocurrencies for you. I am going to cover with you today TFUEL and EOS. Next one, TFUEL. Okay, I'm analysing this one not because any of you requested it, no members or nor viewers on the YouTube channel requested it. This one I'm analysing because my husband requested it, and well, so I have to do that first because that's what he wanted. Let's chuck some Elliott Wave labels in here. Let's put this at, I think, primary degree. And let's start the wave count from here. He thinks this is a good opportunity, and so he wanted me to have a look at it. Let's have a look together and see if we can see a complete Elliott Wave structure here. The first thing I note about this is, well, and the reason why I'm agreeing to analyze this is it's under $1. It's so cheap. You could buy some of it and just sit on it for a few years and see what happens. I don't know, a couple of $100, $500, whatever you wanted to throw at it that you're really comfortable with. I'm not sure what I'll be doing, but I'll be considering that. Nope. That overlaps. You could throw some money at it and see what happens, and it's just so cheap. It could be another Bitcoin, you never know. See some pretty good volume up here, and let's, from this one, I'm going to create a new analysis called daily. I'm going to base it on weekly, and I need to just real quick check my subdivisions fit. And I need to view this. Oh yeah, it's a semi-log scale. Wow. Another one that looks like this. This could actually be a really good buy. Good pick, Caesar, thanks. Look at that curve. That's amazing. Nope. I want that there motive wave. Oh, it could be a diagonal. 1, 2. Do I run? Yeah, I need to figure that out. Is it possibly a diagonal over here and some kind of really slow combination here? It would be a leading contracting diagonal. Spin this out so I can see these lengths a little bit more. So 3 is shorter than 1, and 5 is shorter than 3, and 4 is shorter than 2. So yes, the wavelengths fit. The channel fits. Oh no, I can't have 2 there. Nope, that doesn't work. So if I put it... Oh, okay, it still works. So 3 is still shorter than 1. The lower channel doesn't look that good though. It's not too bad. Okay, I think I will leave that there. I need to expand this out so I can see what's happening here with 2. I think you're probably going to have to label it over there. Otherwise, what is that? Yep. And I think we're probably going to have to pull this up here. Wow. That's an amazing move. Can we get an impulse in there though? I don't think that's going to work. I'm just pulling this up so I can see this possible structure of 1. Okay, I want to put this here, and this looks like an expanded flat, and no motive wave. You've got to put that there, and I know you don't like that. Put it there. Oh yeah, now that looks a bit better. What's this low? 0.001597 here, 0.001595, that's below, great. So A's a 3, B's a 3, looks like a triangle here, C's probably a 5, okay, great, moving on. Okay, this, oh, is this going to work? The key to your Elliott wave structure is always going to be the middle of the third wave. It may only be an impulse, and that looks great. Okay, I like that very much. Okay, that's good. Okay, this looks like a zigzag. Here's an expanded flat. I am not concerned that this is 11 days and this is 1. That's fine, doesn't matter. And now 3. Now I've got to bring this back down. 3 is a vertical rise. 5th wave to end a 3rd wave, a vertical rise. Typical behaviour. Perfect. Super happy with that. Going to have to pull this all the way over to here. 2, it's a zigzag. Okay, let's squash it back in. Where's my minor 2? Oh, my goodness. I think I'm going to have to put that there. Yep, and it looks like possibly a multiple zigzag. If this video isn't going to be 8 years long, I need to move on. Okay, I don't think that's over. Let's see. If we put some wave labels in here, it can only be an impulse. Nah. You can't put that minute 1 anywhere else, and minute 4. Nope, so that means this has to go here, this has to go here, and now this goes here. Now there's no overlap. Okay, now does the 3rd wave work here? It has to work. Does it work? Oh no, that. Well, does that 1st wave even work? Where have I got this? No, absolutely not. That goes there, and this is a 5. Now 2 is a 3, 1 is a 5. That's how it must be. This goes down here. 0.008245. 0.0082. Nope. Oh, this looks like this might work now. Oh no, this has to be here now. Is this going to overlap? Totally. Doesn't work. No, can't put that there. That's not going to work. What about putting this here? And this here? Oh, well, this has to be the... how big is this? Possible truncation 0.020131, 0.019. Not much, but maybe there was a truncated 5th wave there. You would think, considering the enormous volatility of these markets, that they exhibit truncations often, but my research shows that they don't actually, so I'm always a little suspicious of a possible truncation, but this one fits. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, which means that's minute degree, which means, okay, is minute 5 going to work? I think so. Yeah, this is totally going to work. No worries. Minor 4 here. Oh yeah, this looks really good. Okay, intermediate 3 here, intermediate 4 here, here, probably there. And primary 2, what's this, 30 days, 1 month? Yeah, possible. Okay, so now with that, yeah, so that's pretty much going to work. Okay, so now the question is, how low is primary 2 going to go? Let's have a look at classic technical analysis for TFUEL. Theta fuel. Okay, this one's a little hard to read, I think. Here's the high. We've got bearish divergence between price and RSI, and this is back in March. This is March 2021. Yeah. So this is a daily chart. We've got dark cloud cover here, bearish candlestick, long upper wick, bearish divergence with price and RSI, ADX reaches very extreme. For TFUEL, I'd call ADX extreme over 60, and then we're getting into danger territory. This has now pulled it right down, back into a more normal range. RSI didn't reach oversold. We've got a bounce. TFUEL's consolidating with support about 0.2, resistance about 0.55. Within it, this huge volume spike for this upward session is rather bullish. But here, after this rise, we get a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, another pullback. Just can't really tell what volume's doing. I would say that volume for this one wouldn't be enough to give good Elliott wave structures, but as we've just looked at the chart, this actually does have really good looking Elliott wave structures, so I'm comfortable with doing an Elliott wave analysis for this. ADX currently declining. The negative DX line is below the positive. Still, a little whipsaw here, it's below, so no apparent trend change. It's a consolidation. RSI in neutral territory. Stochastics now neutral. ATR beginning to increase with this upward movement, showing us some strength in the bullish movement. So I'd be looking for a breakout. Now the question here, there's just not enough price history for me to have an idea of how deep does this particular market go when it has pullbacks. Let's look at intermediate 2. We're not going to get much, but we'll get something. So that's a 77% pullback. That's actually pretty deep. What's primary 2 got down to so far? 0.7. Okay, that could be it. This little rise here looks like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5 from here to here. Here's another pullback. Yeah, I think TFUEL might actually be on its way up for a third wave. That's my conclusion there. Okay, let's move on. Last one, EOS. This is one of your picks that I did not have previous analysis for. This is another one I'm now really interested in purchasing because it's meeting my requirements. But the first thing I noticed about this one is here's its previous move up to April 2018, and it had a high of 22.89. This movement from this low to this high depends where you start your wave count, but this, if you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's an overlap between 4 and 1 that's invalid. But if you start your wave count from down here, which I have actually, not at the absolute beginning of price, but the first major low, then you are going to have possibly a complete impulse. So let's chuck that in and see if this works. First of all, let's label this cycle degree and say it's beginning from here. What is this low? 0.48, 196. It's 1. Is this 2? 1.46. No, it's down here. Have I got this on? No, I haven't. Okay, semi-log scale, that's easier to view, isn't it? Now you can see it a little bit better. That doesn't look good at all. Nope. That does not look good. That is not a 5-wave impulse. This is from this low to this high. Here's what looks like a double zigzag and another impulse. But from this low to this high, this looks like a 3. Let's have a quick look at volume for EOS. I've got some technical charts here too for it. I suspect that the volume back in here may not have been high enough for Elliott Wave to work, but I expect it may be now. Bitcoin had pretty good volume at the start. It was super popular and it has good Elliott Wave structures back at its beginning, and I've done a thorough analysis for it that has a beautiful fit. So, but for this one, possibly not. So I may be an unpopular decision, but I'm not going to worry about that structure of cycle 1. Let's have a look at this beginning of cycle 3 and see, does it look like it's got enough volume to form good looking Elliott Wave structures now? If the answer is no, then I may still possibly purchase some, but not as much. Here's a common tendency that I notice within B waves. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so A is a 3, B is a 3, C is a... it doesn't look like a very good 5, does it? I'd have to look down on the daily to see if there's a little third and fourth wave in here, or if it's an ending diagonal. But I often notice that B waves are often expanded flats. Is this an expanded flat? Probably a regular flat. No, C does not move beyond the end of A. So no, that would be a running flat. No, I'm not going to label a running flat in there. Oh, I know what this is. This looks like a combination. So we've got a zigzag in here. And then... no, that doesn't look very good either. So B moves beyond the start of A. No, it doesn't. Okay, so could this be A and then B is some kind of combination? And so no, because then that makes primary 2 a double zigzag, and the X waves move beyond the start of the W wave. It's not breaking a rule, it's just really unlikely. I just don't think this actually does have enough volume for Elliott wave analysis. Oh, that's so frustrating, because this looks like such a great purchasing opportunity. Okay, that's okay. Let's take a look. Well, no, it's not okay, but because that's my strength, Elliott wave, and it's a big part of what I'm using for this investment, so I'll consider it. On the weekly chart, we're looking at the major high for EOS. It had a really good bearish engulfing candlestick pattern back here. And it had support from volume. Volume isn't huge here, but it is stronger than the upward weeks which came prior. So price is rising, not fully vertical, but getting close. These last 2 weeks have an increase in range, support from volume, they're rising, but they've got bearish upper wicks, and then we get this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. That's a pretty strong sign after RSI reaching overbought and ADX reaching very extreme, that a bigger pullback's going to arrive. So this would have been a pretty obvious high. Not easy, but I would have expected a big pullback after something like that. And we got it. At the daily chart level, we also had dark cloud cover. It does this bearish divergence between price and RSI, between swing highs. We have a bearish engulfing pattern here. We have a huge dark cloud cover here at this important high. At the lows, we've got bullish candlestick patterns, bullish engulfing, morning star. Here's a hammer. Here's a bullish engulfing. Currently price nearing support. Next support below 5.5. On balance volume gives us a bearish signal. It's weak though. This trend line's got a slope and 2 tests. RSI neutral. It can continue till it's oversold. ADX reached extreme, it's declining, stochastics neutral. Okay, to finish off this video, I just want to point out, I've tested, well not tested, but I have included here the correlation coefficient between EOS and Bitcoin on the bottom of this chart. I see a lot of unacknowledged assumptions out there online about if one cryptocurrency is doing this, then don't you think this other cryptocurrency has to do that? Or more commonly actually, if the US dollar index is doing this, then Lara, shouldn't gold do that? Well, first of all, your expectation of what the US dollar index is also a guess, and second of all, no, of course not, because they may not be correlated. You need to look at the math. Are the two sets of data correlated? Further, correlation does not mean causation, but if they are correlated and you're confident of the direction of one, then you can say, okay, well, this direction of the other should be positive or negative according to the correlation. However, I see people just don't use this tool. They don't look at the math and the data to see if the two sets of data are indeed correlated. They have an unacknowledged assumption. I really don't like unacknowledged assumptions because it leads to really poor conclusions. EOS is not correlated with Bitcoin, so if there is any expectation out there that because Bitcoin is doing whatever, that any other cryptocurrency needs to follow through, check the correlation coefficient first. They have different Elliott wave structures, they have highs and lows at different points in time. The data may or may not be correlated, and these two aren't. And that's the end of this analysis for TFUEL and EOS. I am splitting this video into two. This is the end of part 2 because otherwise it would be an hour long, and that is too long. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in comments.